back and ready to go with Claire Hutton and Dorian Bailey. We'll go ahead and go straight to questions. Paula?
Hola, Marurita, Televisa, Paseo, California. Good evening. Really, congratulations for your goal. After the first half, what do you guys talk in the locker room?
Well, first of all, thank you. When we came out in the second half, we knew that we needed to finish our chances. I think throughout the game, we had created a lot, and then maybe a little disappointed going into halftime, not having finished an opportunity. So that was important for us to come out strong and, get in front of the goal as much as possible.
Could you go back to the moment that you scored that goal? Could you describe it for us?
Yeah. So I was kind of in the middle of the field, and someone had played me a really nice ball to my feet at top of the box. I saw Carly kind of through a seam, so I one touch passed it to Carly, and then she was able to play it back to me in a really nice pocket of space, and she made it easy for me. All I had to do was just finish it. Yeah.
And this is for Claire. What do you think about the emotions and physicality in this game? How do you guys manage them?
Yeah, I think that this was something we knew was going to be a physical and emotional game going into it, and it's a part of football, it's a part of soccer, being able to then manage it and grow within it. So I think it was a really good opportunity for us to have a game like this early on in the season and figure out how to manage it in a way when some calls might not be going in our way or the tempo of the game switches not in our favor. And to be able to at least get a point out of that is a win. Obviously, we want to be able to keep pushing and getting better, but it's a good lesson for us to keep moving forward.
Last question for both. How important is to have this resiliency, especially in these last 3 games? Thank you.
Can you repeat that, please?
How important is to have this resiliency in these last 3 games? How important is to develop the identity and culture in the team? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the games that we've played. Consistency is something that we've been working on and we're trying to push for. So just to continue getting points out of these games is a step in the right direction. It's not where we want to be at all. We want the shutouts. We want to win games. We want 3 points on the weekends and the weekdays whenever we're playing. But to be able to start layering on that we are able to close a game out and we're able to stack these games up is a step in the right direction. But we're pushing now with this 3-game week. It's now how can we stay consistent, recover well, and show up now again on Wednesday. Portland's a hard place to play at. I think it's a fun place to play at. So how are we going to get the energy from the away fans and the away crowd and make it to our advantage?
Marketing College Berry Sports Wrap. How frustrating is it when you're getting these chances, and even before they went down, you got the advantage, but not being able to kind of maybe get another goal or 2 before halftime? Was some frustration that maybe set in at halftime that maybe carried over to the second half for you guys?
No, I wouldn't say frustration. I think we're always striving to score goals, and it's the hardest thing to do in soccer. So for us, I think it's just being able to be more consistent, create quality chances. I think it starts with just creating more chances in general, and then how can we upgrade our chances so that they're the most quality chances we can create. It's a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. There's no matter how long you play and how many games you play, that's just something that you always want to be working on and improving on, being better in front of goal and creating chances. But that's the fun part about it.
I think it's the half glass, theory saying you guys got points down 3 consecutive matches, and then is there any way you can kind of carry some of this momentum into the match you mentioned in Portland coming up?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a team that's going to fight, and I think as we keep stacking games onto each other, you can tell we're fighting for each other, we're fighting for the points, and we want to keep competing for a playoff spot and beyond that. So, yeah, I mean, momentum is a huge part of these seasons, and it's something we want to carry over. So now our head and the page is flipping to how are we getting ready for that. Talked about recovery before. It's super important. So you'll see players in the ice baths when we get into the locker room. You'll see players getting treatment. Now it's that next step of how can we gain 3 points on the road in, like I said, a hard place to play. So I think we're excited to keep moving forward, and the season's long, and you have to be able to move on and get those next points. That's where we're at right now.
Going back to this side and then we'll go to that side.
This is for either of you guys. In a really physical game like this, how important is it to stay composed and follow your own game, almost and not get caught up in everything?
Yeah, it's incredibly important. I think, as I said, we knew coming into this was going to be a physical game, and it's about how we can come together as a team. You like to create that family feeling as a team and that feeling of support. So this week we did talk about how we wanted to look on the field, how we wanted to speak to each other. And when you're going into a game like that, knowing that you have each other's back is super important, because if you can carry out what we want to do, that's the most you can ask for at the end of the day. Like, we want to finish more opportunities because, like Dorian said, like, that's how you win a soccer game. But it's just another step that we need to keep taking, and hopefully we can get there in the future.
As for Claire, I think the team went almost 300 minutes without allowing a goal. What was kind of the key during that stretch, and then how disappointing is it to have a streak end on kind of a penalty call like that?
Yeah, I mean, first to say, we haven't had a shutout since June last year. I think that's correct. So the fact that we were able to keep that 300-minute streak was incredible for us. It goes to speak for our entire team, the way we defend our back line. Jordan Silkowitz, to say, like, she has had an incredible season. That girl is a freaking beast. So just shout out to them. But yeah, I wouldn't say disappointing is the word. I think it's just an opportunity to learn how to grow and how to get better as an entire team. We shouldn't be getting broken through lines like that. So the fact that the ball ended up in that position where Jordan had to make a save, that a call didn't go in our favor, it's something front to back we need to now go back to the drawing board and improve on. So anytime that something not great happens in a game, it's an opportunity to get better. So that's how we're going to take it, how we're going to tighten up the lines, and hopefully next game you won't see that happen.
Claire, it was a pretty rough red card. It felt like you got a red card called on you. How are you feeling? You feeling okay? You feel like you'll be okay for the next game coming up?
Yeah, got 5 days to recover. Here we go.
Addie Burgundy with the Spartan Daily. You kind of touched on it, obviously a long season, but just how would you kind of describe the group's chemistry overall, team chemistry overall?
Yeah, I would say, like, togetherness is a word that we think about a lot when it comes to this team. Like, we all have each other's back. Like, every day we show up, everyone tries to do their role to 100% of their ability. And I think that's actually really special about this team. Like, we have good team chemistry, and we want to fight for each other, and we want to win. So yeah.
I will go slightly gossip, but I had a question for both of y'all. So what areas do you feel like, despite not being able to score much today, that you excelled in, and like what areas do you think next game that you should be looking to get better at?
I mean, Dorian said it before. I think it's about upgrading shots and creating quality chances. We were able to find pockets and get up the field. I think one of the focuses this past week was getting numbers in the box, and there were moments where we were able to do that. It's now about when we get into the box, when we get into positions where we think a cross is on or we think a shot is on, we have to decide, is that the best shot? Is that the best cross? Can we get into the primary assist zone? Can we get into a secondary assist zone and level up for our teammates? But again, it's going back, watching film, and figuring out how we can best support each other. We have such talented players everywhere on the field. You have different identities as players too. Rudy, Caroline Conti, who had her first start of the season, she did incredible. It's now, how can we play to their strengths, and how can we set them up in the final third when they're making that run? Are we hitting their feet? Are we hitting space? How are you going to set them up so they're breaking that last line in a position to finish? Or, again, if they break that last line, is it a cut back to the top of the box? And these are questions that we need to ask ourselves as a team and really identify with each other of how can we best support each other in those moments. So I think it's that, but again, it comes with experience. This team still's forming, and I think that's the most exciting part, is that we have such a high potential and such a high ceiling of where we're going. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited to watch, because we're excited to just keep growing what we have.
All right, we have a couple questions on the Zoom. First question is Brian. Brian, go ahead.
Hello, ladies. Great to talk to you there. Congratulations on the points. Dorian, you can answer this first one probably a little better because you've been here. The calling card of this team used to be late goals given up, losing points, losing results. How have you, and how much are you staking this year's team's fortunes on the fact that you have not given up a goal in the last 15 minutes all year? I'll let you answer that one first.
Yeah, I mean, that's something to be really proud of. I think this season so far, like to be able to achieve that when that was something that we really struggled with in the past year, maybe 2 years, like I'm really impressed with like how we've been able to close out games here, and like I feel like our back line has been phenomenal in that regard, and like, it's just from top, front to back, like our forwards are pressing, midfield is staying compact, like it's a team effort. But yeah, that's something that we have been working on, and I'm really proud of where we are with that.
And honestly, I guess my second question kind of goes onto the the defensive side of it. Outside of the penalty, no goals and run of play for 3 full matches. How much has Emma been telling you about this is the goal and this is the thing every day, and how much is this wanting to be the calling card of the team from now on?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, that's something we really focus on, is like being strong defensively. And then I got to give credit to Jordan Silkowitz. Like, she has been phenomenal for us this season, and she has kept us in games definitely, but it's been a whole team effort. Like, everyone is working hard for each other. We're trying to get back. We're trying to defend. I think that's something that can be like part of our identity, like be hard to break down.
All right, thanks, Brian. We're gonna go next to Dino.
Dino DeCespedes into the channel. Dorian, congrats on the goal. Since you've kind of moved into the lineup more full-time this season, what do you feel like has kind of like clicked into place offensively? Obviously Rudy's back, but kind of like what have you seen that's started to work better these last 3-4 matches?
I would say just like structurally how we're set up when we're on the ball. That's been really important for us, like being organized in possession and sitting in the right pockets, reading your teammates' movement. A lot of just soccer talk right now, but I think it's mostly just like how we're structured in our lineup and our ability to play off of each other and read space. I think that's really helped us.
That's right. And then from your vantage point, what can the offense do to kind of cash in on more of these opportunities?
I think to give variety in our chance creation. So obviously we have very fast, athletic, physical forwards, so we can't transition. Like we can be good on transition. We also have very technical, tactical players that can combine, and we can keep the ball in the opponent's half. Just keep possession there, and then find ways to like make crafty like final passes and runs. So I think just varying our attack will help us be unpredictable and hopefully create more chances, different chances, and then obviously being more clinical in front of goal as well.
Thank you, Dorian. And Claire, you took a nasty foul, obviously that results in the red card. You talked about the composure, and one of the themes of the week, was the togetherness, of the squad. Can you talk, about what it's like kind of being out there with your teammates and just kind of like the wavelength that everybody's on?
I think I think just support is a great word to put it there. I think knowing that you'll have someone lifting you up at any moment, give or take, is one of the best things about playing for this team. I mean, when I was down after that foul, I look up and I saw 4 or 5 teammates around me. So I think that's super special to this team, knowing that everyone truly cares about each other. And then again, that helps with that game management and that composure piece of it, knowing that, as Dorian said, like, we are a family, we're together, we are fighting for each other. It's a huge thing, and it goes such a long way because it keeps you going for 90 minutes, it keeps you going for 100 minutes, however long you're going to play. So it's super special, and I think being at Bay FC is just such a special opportunity for every single one of us here, and we do truly love it, and we love playing with each other.
All right, thanks, Dino. Any other questions? Okay, well, that is it for us. We are back in action in Portland on Wednesday night.